Mr. McNeil, you have a problem here. They're in the parking lot.
You stay here! You stay here with Stephanie! You take me to him! Take me to the son of a... Take me to him! Come on! Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Where's the son of a... Where is he? Where is he? God, where is he?
If that doesn't make you laugh, come on. Come on, lighten up a little bit. Hey, what's up, Dynasty? Back at it again with another MK12 video because the leaks, they just never end. It turns out that, well, you know who. Jez Corden, who has been responsible for the recent leak, which we talked about the last 2 days over on the channel, which mentions Mortal Kombat 12 being dubbed Mortal Kombat 1, Peacemaker and Homelander DLC, the different versions of the game as well, the consoles it'll be on, and the September release dates. He's back at it again. Just yesterday, a new podcast dropped of Jez Corden and another Xbox Insider where they discussed a few things of note, including, you guessed it, Mortal Kombat 12 and the entire situation behind, Ed Boon trying to shoot down the rumors, people questioning his credibility. He talked about it for roughly about 7 minutes, about 2.5 hours in the full podcast. If you want to see the full podcast, I have it linked down below. And during this podcast, he mentions potentially here, not 110% confirmed because even he himself seems kind of iffy on this one, that he's hearing Conan the Barbarian is another guest character for the game's first season pass, which is crazy because if that's the case, will it have the likeness of the Arnold? Just like we saw back in Mortal Kombat 11 with the Terminator. Now, again, this one, he even mentions himself to take with a grain of salt verbatim. However, the other things we discussed earlier in the last 2 days, he's pretty damn sure about, to the point where he even mentions that this information's been around for over a month, and the only reason why it just now came up is because this other dude on Twitter that leaks retail information leaked that, so he kind of felt obligated to come out and be like, okay, you know what? That's true. I have my own sources. Let's vet it. Boom. So, if you are excited to, I guess, potentially get Conan the Barbarian, drop a like on the video, or if you're just excited for Mortal Kombat 12, Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat vs. DC, Injustice 3, MK versus Street Fighter versus Killer Instinct versus Tekken, whatever NRS has cooking in the snow, take a second, drop a like on the video, and with that said, let's get into it. Now, comicbook.com posted this article just a few hours ago saying Mortal Kombat 12 Insider leaks another new character. A new report about the new Mortal Kombat game, tentatively dubbed MK12 by many, has leaked another new character, and like previous leaks, this one relays word of another guest character. As for the report, it comes from the same source that leaked that both Homelander and Peacemaker are set to be in the game. Joining them, according to this source, will be Conan the Barbarian. They go on to mention how this is coming from, again, industry insider Jez Corden during the Xbox 2 podcast, and again, to say it again, does not know if this is 110% true, and if it is true, does not know if it's going to be using the likeness of the Arnold, like we saw back at MK11. They close the article by mentioning that WB, NetherRealm, and Ed Boon have still not given a comment about this recent leak. And there you go. That's pretty much the entire situation in a nutshell. Now I'm going to have for you some snippets of the actual interview where MK12, MK1 is being discussed. But again, highly suggest checking out the full thing. I'll have it linked in the pinned comment and also in the description of this video. Check this out.
Jez, let's see what else we got to talk. Oh, Mortal Kombat 1. So what do you know about this? This is different. Mortal Kombat 1. You actually had information about this, right?
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat 1, I've known for quite a while that it wasn't called Mortal Kombat 12. It's called Mortal Kombat 1. It's not called Mortal Kombat. It's literally called Mortal Kombat 1, like Battlefield 1, the number 1. I don't know if it's a hard reboot, the kind of like where they just, it's a completely new separate thing, or if it still follows that time travel storyline and it's just like, yeah, they've undone what that time travel person did and they're going back. I don't know those details. If I had to guess, I think it is a reboot. That's based on story details I know, which I'm not going to spoil because that'd be lame. But some of the story details do make it seem like it could be a full reboot, but honestly, I'm not sure. And I think I'd need to be more familiar with, what they're planning and what is currently the current story arc. But beyond that, it's just kind of stuff that's already out there now. Like I can't pronounce his handle. Is it Billy Con or something
like that? Yeah.
He posted the the different editions. There's 3 editions. Those are all the same of what I've heard. And also there's going to be a character pass, and I've heard that Peacemaker's in it. DC Universe Peacemaker. Also Homelander's in it, which I thought was weird initially, because Homelander is Amazon, right? The Boys is an Amazon thing. But originally, the Boys comic was a DC thing. So I'm wondering if it's like they own the rights to the comic book version of Homelander or something, and they're kind of like, you know, piggybacking on that character and stuff. So there's that. There's also a few other characters that I know about. I've heard Conan the Barbarian might be a character.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan the Barbarian?
I don't know if it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan the Barbarian or just the book version of Conan the Barbarian. It's kind of weird because some of these characters exist in different properties and different formats, right? So like Warner Brothers owns the rights to this version of the character and that version of the character. I've heard that could be a character, so we'll see. Some of this stuff I'm not 100% on. So take it with a pinch of salt, but you'll just have to wait and see. And I've heard that the reveal is pretty soon. I think like the reveal, if I had to guess, and this is a pure guess, I think the reveal will happen soon, and then there will be like tune into the PlayStation Showcase to see more or something like that.
Yeah, so if the PlayStation Showcase is in 2 weeks, then the reveal of Mortal Kombat will be next week. Probably. Yeah,
if I had to guess, it'd be something like that. Because Sony has the marketing for Mortal Kombat, so it makes sense that Mortal Kombat would be at the show. But I've heard that the reveal of Mortal Kombat will be before the show. So yeah, I don't know for sure about that. The details on that are some a bit murky. But yeah, it's called Mortal Kombat 1.
And the funny thing is some Mortal Kombat YouTubers didn't like your info, right? And he's like, the Mortal Kombat 1 thing is only there because of the clock teaser. But the funny thing is you told me all about this stuff like a month ago. You told me it was Mortal Kombat 1. You told me that there'd be 3 editions. You told me about Homelander and Peacemaker. And I was just like, as I always do, I'll keep Jez's secrets. And then, that Billy Bob guy came out with the same stuff. And then you were like, yeah, I have the same info. And now people are doubting you. I'm like, well, Jez had this info. I mean, you were sitting on this for a while. So I was like, all right, well, I don't know about they're only saying it's Mortal Kombat 1 because they saw the teaser with the clock skipping 12 and going to 1. But I'm like, yeah, but I actually have a DM here from Jez from a month ago that says it's Mortal Kombat 1 and it's a reboot, but whatever.
Again, shout out to both Randall Thor and Jez Corden on the, podcast, sitting down, discussing this for a few minutes, because I think it's worth talking about, especially because it's got a lot of heat on a lot of people. So apparently, potentially, Conan the Barbarian, and also the reveal could be dropping before even the reveal event, as soon as even maybe next week. Guys, it's a good time to be a Mortal Kombat fan, but yes, that's all I got for y'all today. Again, I have a link to the full podcast in the description and also in the pinned comment, and as well, I'll have the comicbook.com article if you guys want to check that out too. So anyways, what do y'all think of this? Do you think that we will see Conan the Barbarian? I think that's such an odd choice, but not too surprising, especially if they can actually swing the Arnold likeness. I could see WB doing that. And what do you think of what Jez Corden has to say? Do you think that he are going to get a game called Mortal Kombat 1? Guess we'll have to wait and see. I love you guys. Thank you for coming back and watching. If you enjoyed the video, please take 1 second, drop a like on it, of course. Subscribe for more MK content like this on the channel. Till next time, been your host, Ben Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Stepping on it crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks, I be steady, count on my dishes.